Hey yo, how's everybody doing? How is your weekend? How is your definitely not last minute viewing of the movie?
Hmm. My weekend was chill. I'm in the thick of apartment searching. I'm hating this green eyeshadow actually. It makes me look ill. And So that's a bit stressful, but it is what it is. Um, but yeah, that's I haven't been up to too much. And turns out I've never seen this movie before.
Were you
Uh,
thinking of the animated one?
No, I just don't think I've seen the movie. I was like, oh, I probably saw it as a kid, and I'm like, maybe, but
This
also,
movie came out 3 years before you were born.
well, yeah, but I might have
Yeah,
seen it as a child.
that's fair.
Uh, but yeah, I was fully no idea. I'm like, I knew a lot of some of the audios and like clips and stuff, but I think it's because these audios are so popular on TikTok.
Yes,
So many
like
of them
it,
have.
it's one
Uh,
of those extremely quotable movies.
yes, yes. So yeah, that was my viewing experience.
Cody, you're still
What's your
muted.
favorite?
Oh, my number one quote comes from this movie.
Which is
Holiday Hootie Whitey.
oh, it's
I
not
use
what
it
I
so
expected.
often.
Did you? 5:30 stare into the abyss.
Yeah.
Bitch. 6 o'clock, dinner with
Okay, done
myself.
with
I
myself.
can't
I
cancel
can't
that
cancel that
again.
again. In a direct contrast to CV, this has been my one of my top favorite Christmas movies since I was 10 years old when the movie came out. Um,
I do like
I
this movie
watch
a lot.
it. I watch it every couple years. Don't watch it as often as I watch Hocus Pocus, but I watched it
Yeah.
pretty often,
The movie I
and
Same.
Chris and I, because today was like our date day, we had made plans to play Stardew, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta watch The Grinch, but it's like I don't actually have to pay a whole lot of attention to this movie. I just need a quick reminder, and
mm,
so we
Yeah.
played Stardew on our Switches while we watched the movie, and I ended up. I could quote so much of the movie without even looking up, but
I
um,
Uh,
yeah.
I still love this movie unabashedly. There are, for those who don't know, How the Grinch Stole Christmas is originally a children's novel by Dr. Seuss. And Dr. Seuss was notorious for not licensing his books for adaptation while he was alive. I think there are very few projects. I can't remember if he was the one who licensed the animated one that came out when I was a kid. But
ooh.
after he died, his wife was essentially like, all right, let me hear your offers. And I got some real steep requirements. Like, she was like,
Wow.
all right, Hollywood, give me your pitches. But I am not listening to any director who has not already produced a $1 million box office movie. She's like, if you
Wow.
have not, don't even come to my door, basically.
Smart woman.
Let me see. I've been reading some behind the scenes things. A lot of this I already knew, but I like fact checking. Some other things like some other things that she was like was oh, also whoever played the Grinch had to be like not just a top or not just an amazing actor. She wanted one of the top tier actors, and she listed like Jack Nicholson, Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, and Jim Carrey is one of the ones that she was like, he'd be good too. Thankfully, because
Oh
he
my
got the
god, could
role.
you? Oh
Wow.
my
Oh,
gosh.
and she wanted a not so little percentage of the box office gross. Like not profits. This woman was like, my husband
Damn.
loved him, dumb with money. Me, not so much. Let's hear it, Hollywood.
Yeah. Come on.
Wow. That's impressive.
Could you
Also, I
imagine a Robin Williams Grinch?
that would
Not
have been
really.
um
I
but I think Jim Carrey embodied the Grinch perfectly.
Oh yeah.
So
I don't think I've
hello,
seen
and
very many
welcome.
Jim Carrey things.
We'll get to favorite scenes. For anybody unfamiliar with the plot, essentially we have a little village called Whoville where all the Whos live, the Whos down in Whoville, and then like one year somehow a what is now in Whoville, and that is the Grinch. He's not a who, he's a what. Like I don't think they mention it in this movie, but that's canon.
No,
No, they
They
did.
did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's
And-
when Cindy's talking to her dad.
she's in the
That's
interview.
okay. I wanted to make sure. And Cindy Lou Who is our child in the Christmas movie, whom is kind of depressed and disheartened by the capitalism of Christmas, and she wants some genuine Christmas cheer and everything. And she, through a series of shenanigans, meets the Grinch and befriends him. And she brings him into. She does some good investigating.
I love her little mic.
on-
That was so cute.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Like and she like interviews people about who raised the Grinch, how the Grinch was in school, what he did and everything, how he ended up leaving the village and living as a recluse on the outside of town with
At age 8. At age 8, and no one fucking came after him. At age 8. That was insane.
his adoptive
Lesbian
mom
mom.
aunts. They were just
Yeah,
like,
yes.
He
the
left.
Who's are a little too laid back
Yeah.
for existence. Except the mayor, but it's fine. It's fine. She like finds out that he and Martha Mayhew had a thing when they were kids, despite the mayor's delusions that Martha was his girlfriend. And the mayor is really the Satan of Whoville, which you know he's not super evil, but it's close enough.
Yeah, he is the most evil character.
Yeah, she gets the Who's to agree that the Grinch should be holiday cheermeister because it should go to the who needs the most cheer. And the rest of the Whovians are like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah, that's
definitely no one needs it more than him.
Yeah.
No contest. So they bring him down, and he actually has a really good time and everything until the mayor, being a dick, triggers his PTSD, and then proceeds to propose to Martha Mayhew in front of everyone and like just keep acting like she won a game show. And if you marry me, you get this car. And
that
before,
all the Who's paid for.
and like, but before Martha can really react or anything, the Grinch goes back to pointing out, yes, Christmas, the spirit of capitalism.
Yeah.
And then just like wrecks shit down, destroys the giant ash tree, goes back to his mountain all happy and shit, but the Who's have a spare giant ash tree. And they proceed to do the things. So then in his angst and anger and everything, he
decides.
He's a super good inventor. He's real good engineer. Thank you. That's the word I wanted.
Well,
and
he did have to start from nothing at age 8. Sorry,
Yeah.
not gonna get into that.
That's fine. It leads up to like it does lead up to him being good at this by showing all of his gadgets and everything that he's had through the whole movie. Which I mean, I just really like that because a lot of adaptations don't show that because that's not in the original like little 30-page.
Yeah, you called it a novel earlier, and I'm like, it is a book.
It is a children's novel. Thank you.
Is it a novel?
They're allowed to be less than 20 pages. But anyway, he goes and steals Christmas essentially by stealing everything. But he like runs into Cindy while he's stealing from their home, tells her that there's a light that won't light on the tree, and that's why he's taking everything and gonna bring it back. And then she's like, okay. And that makes sense to me. I'm a child. And then he gives her water and sends her off to bed. Just also further showing that he's not actually like the worst person in the world. He just has a he's a dick. That's
I thought it was insane that they have all of these precautions and like you can't even say the name Grinch when no one has heard from him since he was 8, and all he did when he was 8 was like throw a tree and jump out a window and run off. And I'm like,
how chill the Who's are, though.
Like, that's
also
insane.
xenophobia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the mayor like constantly stirs up their fear of him.
Yes.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
but the fact that the basis is a tree.
Yeah.
Like
And then he burned down another tree. That's why they have the spare tree.
Yeah. Like every single, imagine how many trees have been wasted being spare trees over the years.
But the next day, everybody like comes out. They're all sad. They're disappointed and all this other stuff. And then,
Dad of the year. Well.
Oh yeah.
Dad
Because
of
the
year.
mayor fucking throws a huge ass tantrum about the Grinch ruining Christmas and how he was right to not trust the Grinch and this and that. Which really he's the one who ruined everything by triggering someone's trauma on purpose. Like, why you gotta be like that, sir? And then he shames this small child in front of an entire crowd. And then she's like, and then her dad steps up, who her dad has been pretty chill. Like her dad feels like one of those people where he's just been going along with everything. He's with the wife and all of that. But he too, like he's where she got it, where he's like, no, like Christmas is about friends and family and caring and all of this. So
yeah.
We should do that.
Yeah, and then like everyone else is like, yeah, that's right. And then so the Grinch's heart grows 3 sizes that day, which is concerning.
The Grinch's realization after hearing them sing, I thought it was gonna, because I haven't seen it before. I thought she was gonna like when Cindy Lou Who is like walking up the mountain. I thought they were gonna have this big confrontation or something like that. But it was literally just the fact that he was standing there hearing them sing and then sees like the sunrise and was like, I feel emotions now. And I like that. That was his own progression instead of like a conversation or an action of someone, like a big action directly onto him that makes him change his, like, finish the progression.
Yeah. Then he like goes to sled back down, but as CB said, Cindy was on her way up and he had to be careful. No,
the sled it's about to fall.
Yeah, the sled starts to fall because he's like, oh, it's just stuff. But then Cindy pops up
and then fails, and then Cindy
and now he's like, I gotta protect her, and he just lifts the whole sled with his super strength.
It was foreshadowed when he was 8, lifting up a whole tree, that he is super strong. So
it's so funny because I forgot that I think of that
like,
scene.
You have super something.
Because he's a what? He's built different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then then the 2 ladies with their combating Christmas decorations. They use one of the decorations to slow the sled. I loved that.
Martha Mayhew and Cindy Lou's mother, whose name I forget.
Betty.
I like that their competition isn't even like Martha isn't being like she's not the one competing. She's just really good at it. And Cindy Lou's mom was like, no. But they work together, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I want to talk about that a little bit later. He like gets back and he talks directly to the police and he's like, I'm sorry, I did a terrible thing. I stole everybody's stuff. Go ahead, arrest me. And the policeman's just looking at him like, the fuck? I don't arrest people. They don't do that in Whoville.
Yeah.
Say that, but that's like everything his eyes said to me. And then the mayor comes up and he's like, yeah, no, arrest him. And then he's like, didn't you hear him? And he's like, yeah. He said he was sorry. And he brought all the stuff back, which is not correct because he had mobs eat the stockings. So there's no way that he could have brought everything back.
The bag.
But you know what? It's fine. He just has the moths like spin silk and they make new stockings.
That's how that works. It's Whoville.
But yeah, then like Martha comes and she's like, I can't marry you, Mayor, because I've been thirsting for the Grinch since I was a child.
I've been horny for the Grinch since birth.
I love when Cindy's interviewing her and she's like, "Of course I don't like the Grinch," and Cindy's like, "I didn't even ask that."
No, she said, "Of course I didn't have a crush on the Grinch," and she's like,
Yeah,
I didn't ask you that." I also like how when Cindy was trying to get the Grinch to come down, she's all like, I mean, he's like, "They're losers," and she's like, "Yeah." And then like realizing everything she's heard, she like is like, the mayor lost to you, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I like that." And then she's like, Martha, they will be there. And then the Grinch like goes off this thing, and you can tell that it like goes over Cindy. She has no idea what he's, but
there's so much sex jokes in this movie.
This movie was a 2000s family film. It was not a kids movie. And in 2000s family films, I feel put in more adult jokes than a lot of modern family movies. So much like Cindy, a lot of those jokes were supposed to go over children's heads. Of course, they would not have gone over all children's heads. Some of the jokes were still a little.
Yeah.
Max did not deserve.
Nothing.
What was done to
Max
his
was a
boy.
Max was a dream, a delight.
Okay. Hello, chat. Let us know, like, when you guys watched this movie, like when you were kids, adults. Azazel has asked us what our favorite scene was. See, I remembered the brown sock scene, but I forgot that the socks, which, let's talk about the fact he put the socks on just so he could get to his chair to take the socks off. And then those poor socks ran away because that's how bad his feet stink.
I love the amount of so much of this movie, not the finale, but so much of this movie was practical effects and sets and costumes. And it was just so nice to see. Like, even from the beginning, like the opening shot, one of the opening shots where we do like the press in on Whoville, I was sitting there being like, this is an actual set. Like, it's probably on a sound stage, but this is fully, they made a Dr. Seuss-esque like architecture and everything. They went so in on it. And I was sitting there. I love it. I love this practical sets and stuff like that.
The set was actually built right behind the set that had been made for the Norman Bates Hotel.
Yes, for Psycho.
So for Psycho. So actually, during like Universal tours, when the movie was filming, sometimes Jim Carrey in full Grinch regalia would run out with a knife and dress to scare tour-goers. Or why they were just that way.
I thought Jim Carrey's costume was horrific, though. It was horrifying. It makes my brain hurt. Why are his nipples out? His nipples are out so much in so many scenes. There's shots.
I've never actually noticed his nipples.
I've also not actually noticed his nipples. I'm curious.
I have to look. It might be tufts of fur.
No,
or my brain might have processed it.
It's full nipples. Because I was like, oh, I guess his fur is so thick, like, because he's not wearing clothes and so, like, in a lot of the scenes, especially not wearing pants. So I was like, yeah, his fur's so thick, whatever. And then I saw his nipples, and then I couldn't unsee them. And I was
can't get a shot of his chest.
Like, I wasn't watching on a big screen, but I was like, oh shit, those are nipples.
I just wanted to see if they were out when he was wearing the lederhosen. They're not.
It just they're so dark, and I'm like, why did you give him nipples? You could have just.
I may have always, because I've never looked super closely. I might have always just assumed they were tufts of fur.
Darker. Yeah, because I was like, okay. I was like,
all right.
Him running around naked is funny, like, because, you know, I've read the book, like the children's book, and I'm like, yeah, he doesn't wear pants and all this stuff. But the fact that the hair was so sparse that you could like make out details, and I was like, no, I'm done. I'm out. But then in scenes, I was like, is his dick gonna pop out next? But it's fine because the hair was thicker down there.
Yeah.
But it was just like, wow.
He is constantly treated as both fully clothed and naked
And
all the time. So,
until he puts on clothes,
which is weird. But not
no,
all
that's what
clothes.
I mean by he's full, like he's treated as if he's fully clothed until he like wants to go do something or whatever, and then he puts clothes on.
But not
So
a set of clothes. He's not wearing pants when he's Santa.
yeah, he's not wearing a shirt when he's wearing lederhosen either. It's weird. But when he
also
only
wasn't
ever
wearing
wears when he's in his kilt and garter, he
Yeah.
only ever wears half an outfit. He never wears the full outfit.
I love the garter under the kilt. It was so funny.
Let me tell you, as a 10-year-old, I long tried to figure it out. I was like, is he naked or is he? And at some point, I think I was like 14 or 15, I was just like, it doesn't matter. I don't care anymore. And from that point on, I just allowed it to remain a mystery. So I feel you. I've gone through that. But
yeah, it's
so when you said his costume was horrific, yes, good. It made you feel the way it should have. It was it's supposed to be that way. But
it moves so well with his face, and the teeth are so well done. It's like so well done, and I hate it.
So you know the way that his mouth like moves and he goes up in the smile? That's not effects. He actually moves his face that way. He's like you can Google the image. He's done the Grinch smile with no makeup on, and it's identical. But what I was going to say about
not nowadays though, because he has a
no, it's still almost identical if he does the smile now. But no, what I was going to say about his costume was that he almost quit because of the costume, because it was when they first started applying it, it was 6 to 8 hours in a chair, and it was the ordeal of going through it was so torturous that he was like, get me a ticket out of Whoville. He's basically like, I can't do this. So what they did was they hired somebody who trains FBI agents
in interrogation
to undergo torture and interrogation.
Yes,
and they taught Jim Carrey how to basically deal with torture. They also got the makeup application and stuff down to something like 3.5 to 4 hours, but like it still heavily affected him and made him like really moody. He was like basically an ass behind the scenes because of it.
What kind of like, what about the makeup? Because like having 6 to 8 hours or something in a makeup chair, I mean, like, yes, it sucks, it's terrible, I would never ever want to do it, but like it's still done a lot, like it still happens a lot.
Not full body.
I mean, what I'm thinking of specifically right now is Mystique.
Yeah, and she hated it too.
And she hated
but also
it too.
they were mostly painting her though. They were not applying prosthetics. And the contacts too. Like so when I see contacts nowadays, in movies and TV shows, I get so fucking judgy because I'm like, if the contact is off, or like you can tell they're wearing a color contact because their eyes are not let me finish, because their eyes are not doing the thing that eyes are supposed to do, right? But made me forget what. Yeah, I get super judgy because I'm like, I know cosplayers who like buy good contacts that are not super expensive, that are higher quality than what you're using. But if you look at like the Grinch, which there are plenty close-ups on the eyes, they had some really intensive contacts. Like they covered the sclera and everything, and they were not like back in the 2000s. The sclera contacts were extremely painful. They like any actor who used them would basically say it was like their eyes were burning.
Ugh, that's yeah. What I was saying is like I like special effects so much, so I'm curious what about the Grinch costume, because I know the like all of the dwarves in the Hobbit movies, they were wearing full head prosthetics, most of them, to like change their features,
Yeah.
ears and hands, but and then forearms even too, and then underneath their costumes. But underneath their costumes, I think it was mostly like fluff and stuff like that, so it wasn't like sticky or anything like that.
I know the belly was fake. So they would add on, his torso was fake because Jim Carrey has, until I think recent years, always been like a stick.
I mean,
So
that belly was very obviously
yeah. No, I think like also the man boot, which might be why the nipples were there. It's just whoever modeled that was like, and this is how a chest looks.
Yeah,
There's pretty much beyond it.
And here are the nipples.
But like all of the hair clunks, I believe, were individually added, including the ones on his fingers. So like, yeah, it was yeah. There are a lot of like behind the scenes stuff that you can look up for more detail because it is fascinating, and this is something that has been talked about since the movie came out. The director himself even sat in the chair and got Grinchified for a day so that he could. Oh, okay. Got you. But he got Grinchified for the day so that he could understand what Jim Carrey went through.
Yeah. Okay. It being individual hair tufts is horrifying. Actually,
I don't quote me on that. That's just from what I remember. Yeah, because I watched the behind the scenes stuff on like I used to own How the Grinch Stole Christmas on DVD, and they had a behind the scenes special on it, but I haven't watched it since I myself was a teenager, which is 20 years ago.
I think as I was watching it, I was trying to figure out how some of the prosthetics were done. And like, but the face is done so well. Like there's so much movement. And even with all the Whovians, I loved the like growing into your nose. Like she hasn't even grown into her nose. Like the fact that all the kids are like normal, but everyone has the teeth prosthetic in there. I liked that the love interest lady played by Christine Baranski, who I love her in everything she's in. Yeah, that was
the first time I saw her. So now whenever I see her in something else, I'm like, Martha May.
She's from Mamma Mia for me. And then, but she didn't. I don't know. I don't think she had a full nose prosthetic on. I think hers was just the teeth.
No, her natural nose is very similar. Yeah. So I don't think they did much to her nose.
Yeah. I mean, everyone else has like the thing that comes out to here, but I'm pretty sure they just kept her natural nose, or like maybe a little bit, but like
I think it was supposed.
They gave her a bigger upper lip though.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be because the costume designer for the movie, first I would like, Chris said Jim Carrey's facial control was also a reason he was big head from The Mask.
Yeah.
So, that man has insane control over every muscle in his face. Yeah. Also, his cheeks were prosthetics, I think. So.
For The Mask?
I think, yeah, they had prosthetics on it, definitely.
Yeah. For the whiskers.
Yeah.
But the thing with the costume design and everything, which the entirety of Whoville was supposed to be like 1950s inspired fashion and everything, which you can tell very plainly. And I think that Martha May was supposed to bring to mind the whole, like, the Hollywood starlet. Like, she's just kind of naturally that glamorous and fabulous and everything. And I really love the fact that she's not a bitch. She's just a woman living her life. And I absolutely adore her. Like, Cindy Lou's mom has a really bad case of keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes,
and usually whenever somebody, like, that's always the rivalry. The Joneses are just living their life. And then, but somebody, their neighbor who's really insecure is obsessed with keeping up with them, or like, so I, like you said, I like that in the end, Cindy's mom kind of like put that aside and everything because she had to save her kid, and she worked with her Jones, Martha. Also, I have ever since I was 10 loved the fact that Martha May, the most glamorous, glitzy, and beautiful who of them all, was down bad.
She was a fuck that fugly green guy.
Yeah, from the jump.
So bad.
She was like, she's like, I like him fuzzy.
And when he like threw the tree, she was like, those muscles. Man, he's 8.
I was like, I forgive you at the moment, Martha, because you too were a child when you saw that, but otherwise, that'd be a little weird.
Her crushing on him her like entire life is hilarious.
That's why she's not married. She's desperately in love with the Grinch.
Yes.
And I like that it was like played as a joke, but not like making fun of her. Like it's funny.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Not like, this woman likes an ugly guy. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
I think it was played as a joke more against the mayor, whom. Yeah. Oh, sorry. My son is a teenager, and as teenagers do, changes his display name constantly. So I got a DM from this display name, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" My child. My child.
I also thought it was funny that the mayor and then what's the character's name? Martha?
Yeah, Martha Mayhew.
Yeah, and then the Grinch, they're like in their 40s.
I think so.
And like I just thought they were just like, this has been around for like this has been happening for so long. Like this isn't 20s, 30s. Like no, these are
these are like grown ass adults.
Yeah, these are grown adults. Martha's been waiting for the Grinch to come back. She didn't want to get married.
And not to that guy.
Yeah, not to the mayor. I also love the mayor's assistant. That anything the mayor did, he was fully in there. So like when the mayor's head got buzzed, he was like, "Do something." Yeah. And he's like, "Okay," buzz his head.
I also thought of LeFou Gaston.
Yes. Like this guy's great. I like him.
Nobody listened to me. I did. Sir, he's not going to return your love.
He doesn't care about you.
Just find someone else. Also, I'm pretty sure. Did they say if the aunts were sisters?
No, they said
because I think, and I can't remember if this is canon or fanon, but I think his aunts were implied to be lesbians.
Yeah.
So, because like I said, it's set in the 1950s, and I'm pretty sure they were doing the whole they're like roommates.
Yeah.
Together.
So that reminded me. Oh, go ahead. This is a different type of topic.
So I always enjoy thinking of that, and it's like the Grinch was raised by 2 queer women, and of course,
or terrible parents.
Look, they can be both.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When they did the whole like. And these are the people that raised you, and they called your biddies like an old biddy. I thought that was funny. That they were just like the lesbians.
You are still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still
alive. You
alive.
Didn't die? I thought you were dead because you didn't come after me.
Also,
sir, you sneak into the village to fuck with people's mail, and you didn't. You didn't once check.
You climbed a mountain when you were 8, and you told no one where you were going. How are they supposed to know?
Everybody knew where he lived.
He was on the mountain.
Because at the beginning, it establishes that because the teenagers are basically teaching him or treating him like the abominable snow Grinch. Because they're all like, "Oh, if you go up there, he'll eat you."
I'm not afraid of the Grinch. I'm not afraid. Yeah. And then they see the door and they're terrified.
To be fair, I too would be terrified if a door opened and it was just that giant dragon Grinch face. You're like, "Nope, fuck this, I'm gone."
And then I love how he goes, "Good job, Max." It's like so cute.
when they did the scene where like the kids are arriving, I have questions. If we were seeing an actual, this is how the Grinch arrived, or if we were seeing like, actually, I assume it was the actual, and the fact that so many kids were arriving, each like the two different nights were shown, so many kids arrive, and I'm like, so do every kid in Whoville like show up at the same night, or is it like once a week there's a delivery of babies? Or there's just a shit ton of babies in Whoville.
I think it's an annual delivery.
Okay.
That's what I would assume in a city such as this.
I also love that night they were having a swingers party because they were throwing their keys into a fishbowl, which is basically like, oh, whoever you pull out the set of keys, you're going home with that person. Woo!
I didn't know that's what that. I was like, does that imply that they're not leaving?
No,
get drunk?
Oh no, they're gonna have a party with someone else.
His aunts are wild.
Yeah, listen, that was I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I do remember seeing this in a behind the scenes. Someone be like, yeah, no, you think it's because they're getting drunk? No. Back in the day, you just pulled out a pair of keys, hit home, be like, who has this car? It's like me, like, cool, you're coming home with me.
Hey, RP, no worries.
I thought it was cute that the difference in the little actress that plays Cindy Lou Who, how much more relaxed and like genuine laughter she was doing in the scenes with Jim Carrey. I thought that was
you can tell that despite how he treated everyone, which another like fact about that is his makeup artist, he was basically like, if Jim doesn't start treating everyone better, I'm walking. And the director was like, take a week off. And he did. And then Jim Carrey was like, I promise I will be nicer. And I'm like, damn straight you will. I don't now. For clarity, I don't know how Jim Carrey is behind the scenes on any other movie, but the way that, like you said, the way he was interacting with Cindy always gave me the feel as like a kid and stuff that at the very least he was just always nice to the kids.
Yeah,
because she, like you said, she felt so genuine and comfortable in her scenes with the Grinch, despite the fact he's being giant and scary and all that.
I love when she goes up the like tube thing. She's just giggling the entire time.
Yeah.
At first she's scared, but then she's like giggling on the slide all the way down. So,
and I do think of the scene where the Grinch just goes rah, 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 trying to be scary at her, and she's just like, no.
It's like, what is this?
We'd still like to invite you, and he's just trying to be so scary, but he just can't do it. He's like, why is this child not scared of me? All of this works.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You started.
Okay, I also, another one of, we had Interview with the Vampire, Interview with a Vampire, and for this one he goes, I'm the Grinch that stole Christmas, and I was like, no, I thought it was the Grinch who stole Christmas, like who, so I had to I wrote that down. I was like, it's that stole Christmas. I was like, no. So that's my last note.
It was almost a title drop, but not quite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so close.
I would like to share some more facts.
Okay.
I have a small list of them. Yes.
I do enjoy facts.
More on the costumes. So in order to make a lot of the costumes feel more handmade and stuff, the costume designer got a bunch of second graders from Brookside Elementary School in Oak Park, California, to make little gingerbread men, stars, presents, and they used those on the costumes. So
Aww.
Yeah, anything that looks crude or a kid made it, or with lots of macaroni, glitter, and stuff, real children made that.
Also, I have to say, the Grinch is an amazing seamstress.
He is!
He was able to make that Santa outfit one shot, cut it right out. It fit perfectly, one go. I'm like, oh my god, how? How did he do that? That's so
he's a
magical.
magical engineer. He just thinks it, and then he'll. Also, Queen Elizabeth II attended the premiere in England. But like it was also part of some charity event. But I always think it's cool when royalty go to movie premieres.
Yeah.
Oh, and to this day, critics think this is a horrible movie.
Wow.
It's like I do remember at the time that like critically, this movie is considered absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Some of the quotes, which there was this one review where it was basically like this movie is just like feels like the overwhelm and crowding of going into Toys R Us around the Christmas rush, and I'm like, I think they did it well. Then I think that might actually have been part of the goal. I don't know anybody who dislikes this movie, which isn't to say that like people don't like this movie. I just mean I feel it's one of those things where critically a lot of like critics say it's a bad movie. It still has like a 49% on Rotten Tomato. Mm-hmm. But viewer wise, I think it's a very popular movie.
I did get the start to get the I'm not enjoying
film student feel.
No, not the film student ick, just the like gross ick. When they were doing the Grinch settling into his house for the first time, I was like, this is going past like being funny and like I'm like, I think I would love this as a kid, but I'm like not. It's just getting me ache a little, and then it ended and we moved on. So I was like, okay, or anything, and everything. But I was like, okay.
I think for me, that scene, because I had, I read and was read Dr. Seuss books like as a child before I was 10, a lot of them, and I always enjoyed The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. And have you read the book?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Okay, so not recently, but in the book, he is described in such filthy and disgusting language and everything, which they turned into a song. And so I, as a kid, I hated that because it was so grody. But I was like, but that's the Grinch. I'm like, so it matches. And as a 10-year-old, I was a little pretentious, and I was like, well, it matches the book, so that's all that matters.
One man's biohazard is another man's poopery, whatever that is.
I wish that the in-person case would have been that like they perfumed his suit to heavens so that he actually smelled really nice. But like, I don't imagine it. It would have been smelling of sweat and everything.
I mean, I cleaned it, but it smelled good.
Who was y'all's favorite characters?
The lady.
I gotta give it to Martha May.
Yeah.
Which is the most quintessential 1950s rich white lady name.
I just love her. I love the scene where Lou comes home with Cindy. He's like, oh, all the lights in the house are off. Your mother must still be shopping. And it's Betty on the roof going, grab the light bulb in the fridge. I didn't get that one yet. And he's like, okay, honey. And then Martha just comes out looking gorgeous.
Gatling gun.
This is an antique.
This is new. 100 years old. This, however, is brand new. Whoosh. And I'm just like, I can't. I'm like, this is my favorite character. I love her.
I loved her cunty little Santa outfit that has so much boob showing. It was so great. And yeah. And her robe, like her costumes were so much fun.
Yeah, it was so good. The way she was getting when she was getting interviewed with Cindy, and it's just like, no, I didn't have a crush on the Grinch. I didn't ask that.
She is where my love and desire to own one of those 1950s starlit robes came from, because I was like, oh, it's such a pretty robe. But
wait, is that one of those like super long ostrich robes?
Yeah,
No,
with the fur on the
Yes. I call them murder robes.
That's fair. That is
it's not-
definitely the robe that a recent widow wears
Yes.
when her husband dies.
Disappears under
mysteriously.
mysterious circumstances.
I think hers was a little different from the "I murdered my husband" robe, because those are usually like the trim is like that, and hers was still the straight trim.
Yeah,
The front,
that is
Yeah.
very fair.
but they're definitely in the same family of robes.
Yeah, very say I actually got a pair of robes
Well,
for my friend
starlets
for
and
Christmas
rich,
one year.
highly successful starlets and rich widows whose husband mysteriously died are also in the same shot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I see.
I think
Oh yeah, it is.
I think I'm smiling so much it keeps losing my eyeballs.
Yeah, okay, I see it. Yeah, it is like it's very similar to the murder robe, but it is very like straight down. It is so much
I
like
will
white
accept
fur.
I will accept either robe as a gift. I do want Martha's, but the other one gives such vibes.
I honestly, I was not gonna
Well,
lie, looking
Martha's
it
in
up
a
on
different
Amazon
color.
to get you as a gift. Not even gonna lie.
I thought it was hilarious that she also just has normal fucking hair in that scene. Like everyone always has crazy hair in that scene. Her hair is just like a blowout. Like it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
I'm like,
she's just
girl, I love this for you. You just like look like a normal person who wandered on the set, kind of. In that scene.
Because I looked up photos and I'm fully like, this can't be her. She looks so normal. And I see in the back, I'm like, nope, that's her. Because that's a who in the background with her crazy ass hair.
So is Martha May also your favorite CB?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said.
My favorite will forever be no. At least not in this.
It's either that or dog.
No, my favorite will forever be a toss-up between Cindy and the Grinch themselves, as much as I love Martha. But I just, like I said, I've always liked the Grinch. He's just an ornery, lonely motherfucker who is traumatized and, needs therapy. Of course, I like the sad boy with the
I
bad
do quote him
backstory.
so often.
But I love Cindy because Cindy is just like, some of the criticisms I've heard is that Cindy isn't afraid of the Grinch and stuff, and I'm like, but no, that is what small children do. Small children are just like, I don't understand why this thing is scary. Like it's just, they don't yet have those biases. Well, like some do, but most of the time they don't yet have those biases and stuff against things. So they are in general more open-minded to things like that. And I'm like, so this is perfect.
And the line between scary and silly is very fine.
It is.
I think I really liked Cindy. I thought she was like good, like child character. And I had something else to say, but it's totally gone from my mind. One thing, there were the Grinch made a lot of jokes about weight that I would expect a female character to make. And then they were like very much played as like, this is a bad joke. Like with the waterway, it goes straight to my hips. I went down a size and a half, and this time I'm keeping it off. And then there was one more, and I can't remember what it was.
It's not a skirt, it's a kilt.
Kilt. Yep.
Was it that one?
It was like
rips it off, there's a garter underneath.
But I can't remember what it was. But I thought that I just like it was odd to see, because those are very weight jokes that are usually done by women or like written for women. And so seeing that, I liked it, I think. That it was like playing fun on these very normal, or like phrases that people say that are like kind of like
No, there's a lot of good phrases. There's a lot of good things in this movie.
What was your favorite part? Also, chat, feel free to answer any of these questions as well. But yeah, what was your favorite part? Oh, Cody's thinking. I see him stewing.
I'm thinking.
Like I said earlier, I think my favorite part was when Cindy's mom and then
the
May worked together.
keeping up with that part. Yeah, saving Cindy and the Grinch.
It was a cute little like subplot that had a nice resolution to it, and I was expecting it not to. Because like you said earlier, I was expecting May to be a bitch. And so it was fun that she wasn't. And then when Cindy's dad stood up for her, I was like, that got me in the feels, and I wasn't expecting it.
I think
that was one of my top 3.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Cody.
I think it's the one where her dad is like, like him being best dad.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
It's like, are you proud of yourself? If she's not, I am. Motherfucker. Don't you berate my child in public?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, how dare you?
What about you, Stam? What's yours favorite?
The dad scene is definitely one of my top ones. I love the scene where the Grinch is debating whether or not he should go. And then he's like, that's it. I'm definitely going. Like with his crossed fingers. And then Max just levers the door.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm tired. Get out of my house.
Yeah.
Like if there's I'll just go, but be fashionably late.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if there's definitely this, I'm going. And it's like, you know what? I'm going. Oh, look, my fingers were crossed.
And then he comes home and Max is having a solo Christmas party. And he's like, you traitor.
I love Max's desire for Christmas. He's like, I want Christmas, but my loyalty is to you first and foremost, so we'll go along with your schemes.
There are two
when
details.
I'm alone, Christmas.
There are 2 details that I think are really nice. But first, Chris's favorite scene is when the Grinch just lifts up the sled. I love that part too. And I love that so many of these canon scenes from the novel, because him lifting up the sled is from the book. I know I hurt you every time I call it a novel.
No, it's fine. That's just my face.
Just my face.
But when he lifts up that's in the book, and they foreshadow it with a original scene for the movie, right? Which is the tree thing, and him being able to engineer the sled out of nowhere. He just constantly has all this tech and stuff around him, which obviously he made as 8-year-olds who go off to the wilderness to learn to survive. I remember that scene. If Tony Stark
built this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Tony Stark watched how the Grinch and bet.
Like, I'll do it better.
But
another scene I truly really liked is when he first meets Cindy in the post office, and he's like, and he's just like, he's walking away from her, and he's like, actually, I'm just seeing what your size is. And he wraps her up. He's like, Max, get the bow. I need your finger for a second. Hold it here. As he just ties her up.
I like that it cut to
your gift wrapping.
Yep.
I like that it cut to after we had the wrapping up from her perspective, then it cut to an actual wrapped gift with the same wrapping paper, so implies that she's in the box, and then we do find out that she's just standing there wrapped up.
He in fact did not put the child in the box.
I also do like the scene that he rescues her, and then he's like, wrap you up.
I would like to point out two little things that one, he still has a mailbox in Whoville.
He does.
The previous postmaster and Cindy's dad, whom is the current postmaster, both have kept a mailbox for him, despite the fact that this mailbox has been unused but they're like, he's alive, he gets a mailbox. And I'm like, I love that little detail there. And also that he has a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
I love Max.
It's the only dog in the movie.
It
Only
is,
dog.
There's
which
a
makes
cat,
you
there's one
wonder
cat
where
in
he
the
got the
town, and
dog.
there's one dog. I loved the running bit with the cat. I wish we got a third point to it because we got a first point, a second point, and I wish there was a third for the rule of threes.
We gotta look
Mhm.
at deleted scenes. Maybe there was one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed the bit with the cat because I did think they killed the cat, and I was like, what the fuck? When it got sucked up, and then there was a little burst of fur, and I'm like, they killed the cat, and then he opened up and got attacked by the cat. I'm like, okay, that's much better because I was like, what?
It would have been nice to then see like the cat, like when the shed comes down, see the cat, and then someone go Fluffy, and
Yeah. That's
But-
where you went.
yeah. Also, there was a very big lack of where is my cat?
Yeah.
And another good scene was when they're like, not a crumb, not even small for a mouse, and then he just takes the mouse. I'm like, are you gonna eat the mouse or feed the mouse?
It kind of felt
Also,
like he was gonna eat the mouse.
I
So
don't know. I don't know if he sings the whole song, but Jim Carrey does sing at least like the last third of "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch." He's the one doing all the different voices.
Yeah.
I also do like that towards the end of the movie when the Christmassy starting to hit him, he's starting to rhyme, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm speaking in rhyme."
Mm-hmm.
It's like because he's matching with the narrator.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I like breaking the fourth wall. I love a good fourth wall break. So that was fun to see, and it wasn't overdone. I liked the use of the narrator and what I assume is referencing from the original book.
Yeah, every time that. Sorry. Every time the narrator speaks and every time the Grinch speaks in rhyme, they are direct quotes from the book. I think the whole book is read throughout the movie. And I love when the Grinch essentially breaks the fourth wall. And he's like, I'm so upset, I'm rhyming.
Yeah, he breaks the fourth wall quite a few times, but it's mostly just looks towards the audience.
Yeah.
Or like looking as he's delivering a line. But yeah, so I enjoyed that. And then
We must destroy Christmas, but how? I mean, in what way?
so yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was fun. I can understand why, not understand why, but I can see that critics would be like, it's not a good movie, and I think they're wrong. But I'm under the ideal that movies should entertain first and foremost, and this does
Same.
Same.
I think it's because of movies like this that as a child I think I was only pretentious from the ages of 10 to 14. I think I can claim that, but who knows? Really. It's only 4 years of my tiny brain developing life. But at some point I realized that my personal taste greatly did not match with what critics and academia said is, oh, these are the great classics. Like, oh, this is high art. This is this and that. And I'm like, okay, but also boring as fuck. And then I'd watch movies like this and they're like, oh yeah, no, that's a terrible movie. And I'm like, I don't think we saw the same movie, my guy. So
me in every film class being like, I don't like The Godfather. I don't like it. It's bad, in my opinion. And
so that was
I
also. Sorry, Cody, you go ahead.
It's. I was just thinking when it's critics love it, but I don't. It's just when I went to the Smithsonian Art Gallery of Renaissance art, I looked around for about 20 minutes and went, wow, I don't care about any of this. This is such fancy, nice art, and I don't care. That's boring. I
did, however, set out to learn the difference between critically good and just what I consider good. And of course, there is a subjective element to all of it. There is absolutely nothing in this life that is objectively good.
Yeah.
It's because people
Or
Avatar is fucking amazing. Again, it's an okay movie to me.
Yeah.
Avatar, the James Cameron one,
Yeah.
not Avatar.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other thing.
Avatar is one of my older brother's favorite movies. And it's
Reese-
good. It's good. It's really cool visually for
Yes.
yeah.
Um,
If you're apparently the most recent movie that's about to come out doesn't make enough money, he's just gonna finish his story by writing books. He's just gonna write them as novels. And I'm like, honestly, you should write them as novels either way.
Yeah,
Sure.
honestly.
He would enjoy that. For the type of stories he's trying to tell, he should try novel writing.
Fox has joined us, and he's he gets hurt every time I call The Grinch a novel. I can't help it. My default is to call a book a novel, and children's books are not held to the same word count standards as adult books. All right, here we are. And also, he seeks to find evidence that I am pretentious, which honestly, anybody who finds me being pretentious at any time, call me out. I need to stop that. So.
Something clearly went wrong.
So assist him in finding this evidence. And remember, pretentious and pedantic are not the same. One is being stuck up. The other one is letting my OCD take over a little too hard. So, but yes, so do help him. For anybody who enjoyed the 2000s How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and also enjoys enjoys animated films, another wonderful Grinch adaptation. Well, first of all, the movie that came out when, I want to say it came out in the 90s, it might have come out before that, but the very first one I saw, that one is the animated one. That one's great. It's very frame by frame, an animation version of the book. So, I can't say anything bad about that one. But the one I was going to point out or recommend is also the new-ish one with Benedict Cumberbatch voicing the Grinch, was actually really good too, and also added a romance plotline for the Grinch.
The animated one was 1966.
Okay, well, I saw it in the 90s, so it was clearly made in the 90s, but no, I'm kidding. So yeah, you said 1966?
Yep.
Okay, I almost said 1866. Very different. That's a different century.
Oh.
But yeah, so the one in 1966 is essentially frame by frame, the animated version of the book. But yeah, the newish one that came out with Benedict Cumberbatch, also really good. It feels like a more kid-oriented and kid-friendly version of the 2000s one. So, no Martha May Who, though, unfortunately, but does have badass single mom nurse.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
That's so much
maybe back in.
For How the Grinch Stole Christmas. They have hospitals. People
either his widow has passed on, or whoever now has either the widow. Let me restart. No, either the widow really just gives no fucks and wanted more money, or she has passed on, and whoever is now in charge of it is just like, yeah, sure, let's do whatever.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is what I was trying to say, but my brain merged the two sentiments, and I was like, wait.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the nurse being a widow.
Oh, I do think the nurse is a widow. Okay. They don't have divorce in Whoville. It's
People just died.
There is also an overly friendly lumberjack in between, like the Grinch goes into town for groceries, and that's his neighbor. I love that motherfucker. I'm not gonna say anything else though, because like I said, I recommend the movie. It was on Netflix last I checked.
I don't know.
Whose wife? No, Dr. Seuss's wife survived him. She's the one who greenlit How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I'll explain it to you once I get in the room. I explained it at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else that we want to comment?
I'm good.
Movie's great. It's super quotable. I love it so much. I haven't felt this type of whimsy in watching a movie actually since I watched Wicked like 2 days ago. So, I'm glad I got both of you.
Subverting expectations. That's comedy.
I'm glad I got the two of you.
All right. Then we're going to go ahead and end the stream. Next week is the Holiday Bash.
Yeah.
And it theoretically will be our last stream of the year, aside from Whip Wednesday. And also, I was accepted into the Right Now-a-thon, which
let's go.
I'll be streaming Saturday. I forgot the time, but Saturday the 27th.
I was like, girl, it's not
of
this
December.
Saturday.
No, look, my brain was like, the event is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be streaming Saturday of the event. I just didn't articulate everything.
I'm good.
Or are these characters I clocked with Widow?
Go away. She'll explain it to you later.
All right.
We'll explain when we're off stream.
Bye.
Yes. So we'll see y'all. Remember, subscribe and follow my if you think, oh, Sam should have been streaming at this time, check the post tab on my YouTube channel. I try to keep it updated on if streams get moved or canceled because migraines have been worse this year. Trying harder to just follow my health and all of that. But, hopefully we will see you all Wednesday, then next week.
Tuesday.
Bye.
Grandmaster, and then Wednesday.
Oh, speaking of rescheduled streams, yes, anybody who follows the book talks, tomorrow CB and I will be streaming Grandmaster. Volume 5. I have so much to say. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.